Universal picked up on that real quick, and Romania, it's time to clock the T, Romania. It's time to clock the T.
Beat her out there, you guys.
We're counting on you, Dracula, and your little foot fetish.
I'm Demi, theme park YouTuber, aka Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, and we've both been diagnosed with terminal theme park obsession, and we're definitely going to spread it to you on the Park Peeps podcast.
We've got years of theme park knowledge, so join us as we serve piping hot takes, park tea, offer the best travel hacks and tips, and chat with guests in the theme park space.
So sit down, buckle in, and pull up on that yellow strap while we dispatch for the Park Peeps podcast. Listen, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From the Park Peeps family.
From the Park Peeps family.
And we are coming to you live from absolutely nowhere today because we are this is the first, actually, you know what? I take that back. We are broadcasting live from the Global Village Coffee House aesthetic in Romania today.
Yes.
Where Nora Jones is tinkling on the keys in the corner. We are currently locked up in this dungeon-like coffee shop. Just freestyling today. Just coming to you with a little off-the-cuff slam poetry session from Park Peeps, talking about a very major development in the theme park world. Well, which could be a very major development in the theme park world as we prepare for our season finale next week, which is going to be a very special episode.
Very special.
We figured we'd give you a little bite-sized episode today. You like how that ties in with today's topic, Demi?
That was good.
Yeah, it's a little bite-sized episode.
You could tell you're the writer of this group.
Maybe so. Demi's just sitting here laughing and nodding like, yes, queen. Yeah. We do have to give some snaps because we are in the Global Village Coffee House. Demi,
yes,
please snap. Please snap. Yes, snap for Nora Jones is now done performing. She is allowing us to now record the podcast.
Great.
But we got to talk about this crazy development.
I know.
Of Dracula Land.
You guys, Dracula Land is a real thing.
It's a real thing. It is a very real thing built on very false principles, maybe we should say. And this is the kind of energy that you can expect from an off-the-cuff Park Peeps abridged.
Yeah.
Abridged. Oh no, I can't say abridged because every time I say abridged,
every time you say abridged, it's like 40 minutes or
45
more.
minutes. No, this is going to be a quick bite-sized episode. But before we get into all of this Dracula Land stuff, because it really has taken everybody by storm. I see a lot of people talking about this online. Make sure you're following us at Park Peeps Pod on socials. Make sure you're following Demi on YouTube on the socials at Magical Hijinks. And you know that's HIJINX mess for the final time this year.
No more Xmas.
It's not Xmas. It's not Xmas. That's just a Joey joke. And then follow me at Joey Nolfi. And then make sure you're subscribed at parkpeeps.substack or parkpeepspodcast.substack.com for extra tea. All right.
Now that we got all that out of the way, we got to get into Dracula Land.
Look at how much we're almost a year into this. I got this coded in memory.
Yeah, good job.
Now, also looking to code itself into our memory is Dracula Land, which is something that is so strange and so unexpected. I did not see this coming. Actually, Demi, you were like this is like you're getting a full introduction, deep dive into this week.
When you were like, "Oh, we should talk about Dracula Land," I was like, "What do you like?" I've never even heard of this development at all, and if I never heard of it, I am positive the majority of our audience has not heard of this.
Well, it is a real thing. It is proposed at an estimated $1.2 billion. It is a site 20 minutes outside of Bucharest in Romania. And it is a real proposal. You can go online and see all of the concept art, which we'll break down in a moment because there are some intricacies here that we must talk about. But it comes from the mind of an entrepreneur named Dragos Dobrescu. He's primarily known for his real estate ventures with a company called Monolith. More on him and some shady allegations later.
Oh.
But he has apparently been working in this business for 35 years. The project is described as a, quote, hybrid ecosystem and a, quote, multi-sensory experience rooted in authentic Romanian mythology, per the official website. And yet, the word authentic It appears that all of the concept art and renderings have fully used authentic Romanian AI to create them.
No.
It is,
No.
oh, the videos on the website, if you go to the website to look at Dracula Land, it is crazy AI everywhere, like things that don't even make sense. There are some, and we'll talk about them in a second, but there are some more realistic looking, perhaps human generated concept art
Right.
floating around there.
Yeah.
But the ones on the website, on the proposal site, it's clearly all AI. But there is a fashion district, a theme park, hotels, shopping area, broken down into some areas that do have tentative names right now. The Moonlit District, it shows an area of shopping, dining, outdoor performances. There's rides in the background that you can see in a park called Family Kingdom, which appears to be where most of the rides are going to be located. There appears to be some sort of fun house or a play structure, 2 spinning flat rides, a drop tower, and a very large Ferris wheel. And then in the Transylvania section, it looks just all like a little Transylvanian village. It actually looks really, really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Dracula's castle area, it just looks like
Dark Universe.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks like
Yeah.
Dark Universe.
I mean, even the run ride that they showed,
It fully looks, yeah,
it fully looks like Curse of the Werewolf too.
It fully does. And that's one of the concept arts that I think actually looks like it could be actually human drawn, the concept art for the werewolf roller coaster. But
well, now that you say it, like I'm looking at some of the concept arts and I'm like, I feel I feel like I'm so afraid the fact that I did not clock this. Like that makes me scared for the future.
It's weird because there's Attractions Magazine has concept art that fully does not look AI.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, the Attractions Magazine one doesn't look AI, actually.
Yeah.
But the stuff on the website looks fully AI. But the concept art for the werewolf coaster and for the park map and all of that actually looks really, really cool. I mean, the werewolf roller coaster, it has a full, what appears to be an animatronic of a werewolf standing behind a curtain. There's blood on the floor. It appears that you're going to be riding on the back of wolves on this roller coaster.
But what's so weird is it looks exactly like Curse the Werewolf, where you're on a track and it looks
in the shed,
like on both sides of you. It's literally, it's like, okay, they did the same location and changed to actual wolves and an animatronic.
It does appear that if this coaster ends up happening, it looks like it will employ the Vekoma motorbike concept, which we can see on Tron Light Cycle Run. There's also a few other iterations of that coaster around the world, but it just looks like the cars might be themed to wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That ride actually looks really cool. But then in the other concept art showing Dracula's castle outside, it shows what appears to be a Bolliger and Mabillard wing coaster, which is like Gatekeeper at Cedar Point, or I'm trying to think of another one that are X-Flight at Six Flags Great America in Chicago. So that does appear to be in the concept art outside of the werewolf coaster. There's not an exact number of rides or attractions that have been given, but this concept art does show multiple roller coasters. And anytime you hear me referencing the concept art now, I'm going to be referencing the concept art that does appear to be human generated, because that looks to be way more specific and detailed.
If you want to follow along while we're talking, we're looking at the Attractions Magazine version. So if you Google Dracula Land Attractions Magazine, you'll find the article that we're looking at, and you can follow along with us.
And the park does seem to follow a pretty conventional, theme park layout. There's looks to be a big entrance plaza with a fountain and the ticketing booths, and then you enter a Main Street style. This actually looks to be more inspired, honestly, by a Universal park than it does a Disney park.
It kind of reminds me of the concept art that they put out when we talked about Universal Great Britain.
Yes, and you know what? Kylie Minogue. Oh, we're getting word here. Kylie. No, not Kylie Minogue. Danny Minogue this is Danny Minogue's theme park. So Danny Minogue will have a stage at this park, and she will be performing. But yeah, it does. It kind of goes. It looks like you should. Well, actually, I didn't even.
You think that they just?
It
looks almost identical
to the Universal UK. Well, it really does look very similar to it.
Staring at it, and it's really reminiscent of it. And what's so interesting is like you have like this like grand like entrance, and then you walk down this little main street. There's like a carousel there.
It looks like a carousel, yeah.
And then it looks like then there's like a little corridor to like another entrance to like where you can see the rest of the park. So it's like this whole Main Street section is like in its own area. So you can't see like a full view of the park. So once you enter that second, then you see like it's a whole it's in a circle, and there's a whole body of water. It's a whole body of water, I was gonna say.
Dracula's feet and Dracula's whole park.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, so it's just surrounded by water, kind of like how Universal Studios is in Florida, or Epcot, like in World Showcase, right? So but it's very interesting how it's like it's kind of like a reveal.
Well, it does. Yeah, I like that if this concept art does hold true to be what the actual official proposal for the park is, and it does look very detailed. It kind of reminds me of the Fantastic Beasts section of Epic Universe, because the buildings do look very, very tall. It looks like the pathway is very narrow, and it does obscure a lot of the rest of the park. So it looks like they might have sight lines down really good if this is the true proposal. And then you go through, like you said, it almost looks like a covered Emporium style, something inspired by like Tokyo Disney with the entrance there. Yeah. But then off to the right, you can see there is a whole indoor portion of it. It honestly looks like, what's the
like Walt Disney Studios in Paris.
Yes, it looks like that. But then I'm thinking of what's the place in Universal, the Harry Potter one that's all inside and it's dark and gloomy? Nocturne Alley.
Oh, yeah, but it's way bigger than that. Nocturne Alley is one little section of a small section of Diagon Alley. Like this is a whole
the vibe looks
show
similar.
Building.
Yeah.
This is a whole like lot building that's like it looks like a whole another like downtown area indoors.
Yeah. And it looks to be permanently at night because there's like a lot of glowing lamps and
it's like really Mexico cool. At Epcot.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah. It looks very much like that. And then there's
unclear if there's a ride element in there.
It looks like there might be at the bottom because it looks like the roof is obscuring some sort of show building that extends out a little bit past. But at least we can clearly we can expect shopping and dining in these areas.
I don't know. The building is kind of narrow to like where they have the facade to. I mean, it could. I mean, it's concept art, so we don't really know. Maybe it's bigger than it perceives, but I don't know.
It does look pretty big. I mean, it looks like a pretty big building there, and then
the building does, but the way that like the facade, like especially like on the closer to like your face, if you're looking at it, on like if you're like if you go through the entrance and you look on the right side, and I have that whole black facade area, it doesn't look like that much space behind it to have a whole ride. So, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe a restaurant of some sort.
Maybe that, yeah.
Yeah, but then when you come out of the covered emporium on the other side, it does appear that there's a stage overlooking the water. And then going counterclockwise, there is a lot of rock work, and it doesn't look like a coaster necessarily, but it looks like some sort of
Matterhorn.
It does. It looks exactly like Matterhorn at Disneyland, and there appears to be some sort of tracked ride going around, whether it's a car ride or a coaster or something. I don't know what it is.
So it does appear to be track.
Yeah, there does appear to be track. But then moving upwards from there, this looks like the Transylvania section of the park because you can see a lot of European-inspired little houses and alleyways, and this section looks really beautiful. Now here, there does appear to be a large ride show building. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming there was some sort of dark ride there. But also looking to kind of see like it appears to be a rapids ride that looks very similar to the rapids ride at California Adventure, even complete with the little trellis going over the drop. Yeah. So it does look like there's going to be some sort of rapids ride there. This section actually looks really cool. I mean, it looks very, very Busch Gardens, Williamsburg-y kind of vibes.
That's what I was feeling too, yeah.
I mean, if they do this right, I think it could be really, really, really cool. But then going up to the Dracula's Castle section, this appears to be where the Bolliger and Mabillard wing coaster is. Yeah. And it looks to float in and out of, actually, it appears to go underground. It goes over a bridge, over the water, through the woods. That could be really, really cool if done right.
For sure. Well, I actually just found, where that we thought looks like Matterhorn.
Yeah.
One thing, like one source I saw it is called a mountain coaster called Carpathian Express.
That like the one that saved the Titanic, the Carpathia.
Is that? I have no idea. I've never heard of that before. Wait, what saved the? Wait, the Titanic wasn't saved though. What do you
Well,
mean, the
the
people?
people that were in the little boats, the
Oh,
Carpathia is the ship that saved them.
oh,
Yeah,
huh.
yeah.
I
So
never knew that.
maybe we're getting that Titanic attraction that I see the AI renderings of all the time online. We're getting the Carpathia at Dracula. Danny Minogue is the ship's captain. But okay, so the Carpathian, is that a mountain range or something?
No idea. I've never heard this word before.
You know what, we're getting a full education on Romania today.
Yeah.
But
You know what I wanted? I was actually thinking about, well, like I realized I should have done this before, but it just came to my head. What the weather is like in Romania?
well, Debbie,
Did you look that up?
glad you asked.
Oh,
Yes.
so glad.
So the weather in Romania is, let's just say, it's not. Was conducive the right word for theme park operations year round? But this park does appear, if this concept art that we're looking at holds true, it does appear to have enough indoor space, like the covered emporium, the covered like Nocturne Alley-ish kind of thing that we were just talking about. But the average temperature in July, the average high in July is 87 degrees. June it's 82, May 74. So summer season, sure, yeah, like that could be fine. But then in the winter, the average low in December is 29. Average low in January is 26. So yeah,
Oh my
it
gosh.
it could be, and there's a lot of precipitation too, apparently in this area. So essentially, it's my kind of vibe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
honestly.
the weather is not necessarily so great here. But I do think this park looks like it has enough indoor proposed space. Because even if you look off to the left of the main entranceway, where I'm still not sure what this section is, there appears to be at least three very large indoor show buildings.
Mm-hmm.
The Dracula's castle at the top of the concept art, which overlooks this lake. It looks really cool, but again, kind of looks like Hogwarts overlooking the water.
It really
Um,
does.
there's a giant show building behind that. So this park does seem to have a lot of indoor stuff. And you know what? You're in Europe, they do actually operate a lot of roller coasters in the snow and in the cold. Like
Mm.
Fantasia Land in Germany, they actually have an Intamin launched coaster. Intamin is the manufacturer that made Velocicoaster. They
Right.
have one that fully operates in the snow. There's a video online going around right now with it blazing through snow, and it
That's
looks really cool.
so cool.
Yeah, but
I do
moving.
love there's like on the left side of the second entrance, I should say. So once you go through that main street, there's a really long like bridge.
Yeah.
There's actually two bridges, but one is like,
Oh, I see the second one. Yeah.
yeah, it's but what's weird is no, yeah, I guess for a second it almost looked like it was going to the parking lot, but it's not. But it's just like really long. It looks like it's a really long like wood bridge.
Could that be? Okay, so look, there does appear to be some sort of show building right to the left of that emporium, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks like it's coming out of the back of that show building. I wonder if that's ride track, like maybe some sort of omni mover or like Yoshi kind of style ride, like a
The
horse-drawn
bridge?
carriage thing. So there's two bridges. If you look right to the
Right.
left of the stage, there's the one that looks like the pavement color, and then right below it, there's one that's black.
Right. It's a wood bridge.
Yeah, maybe that could be some sort of ride track.
Oh, you're right. Maybe it's not a wood
Yeah.
bridge. Maybe it's a ride track.
It's a ride track, like
I
some
think
sort
you're
of
right.
slow-moving transport ride, because it also looks like there's facades. You can see the beams, and this is why I'm
Because
thinking
why
that
would they have two bridges like that?
right. This is what's making me think that this concept art is actually human generated, because if you look even the detail down at the right behind that black track or pathway, whatever it is, you can see like little beams holding up the facade. So it does appear that there's going to be some sort of facade work going on there. And
Yeah.
it looks like almost like there's a swinging ship ride right next to it. And there's
Swinging ship ride.
yeah, like a pirate ship ride. If you look, you can see the A-frame
Mm-hmm.
right above that black track to the left. That appears to be like a swinging ship pirate ship ride.
Oh. Okay.
And then to the left of it, yeah, there's another European looking roundabout style thing with again two large show buildings, and above that it appears to be the werewolf coaster. Oh wait, look,
I see swings too.
yeah, there's definitely a swing ride, but if you look where the werewolf, what appears to be the werewolf coaster, you can see more of that track. So that looks to be the train circling the entire park, because now I'm following that track.
That's exactly it. You're right.
That's the train. Interesting. So look at us
Cool.
breaking down the tea of
We
this.
figured out that they have a train, y'all.
Yep, we got clocked and clocked. But you know, this park does look I mean, obviously the theme in general, it fits our vibe. Absolutely. But it is hard to say what is actually planned or what is just pitched concept to get investors involved. But
Mm-hmm.
given that, so this entrepreneur who is apparently spearheading this park, Dragos, he has given some quotes in the past. In November 2025, he did an interview with the BR Business Review, and he's quoted as saying about the changing Romanian landscape: as Romania matured and as I matured as an entrepreneur, the vision changed. Today, I no longer look at what sells, but at what lasts over time. I no longer just look for functionality, but also for impact. For me, real estate is no longer just business, it is responsibility. The way you contribute to the community, to the city, and the impact your work has on people, which is interesting to me given the reliance on AI and
Yeah.
the intended impact of this park. You know, kind of sounds like typical businessman speak, but as I mentioned before, I did do some diving into the background of this person, and he is accused in the past of bribing local officials amid land acquisition and inheritance rights over certain land in the region. There's a local site called Ziua Constata alleging that 2 district mayors actually landed in prison over such alleged and unconfirmed reports of land restitution. It is important to note that Dragos himself has never been charged in those specific cases, but also, according to Freedom House Romania's press hub, Dragos has been on trial for alleged corruption, and he and his legal team, according to this outlet, requested that the trial be terminated as a result of the fact that the statute of limitations for criminal liability has expired over an October 2022 case involving DNA prosecutors who indicted him and others in, quote, a corruption case regarding how construction permits were obtained for the Metro Line 5, which runs through Drumul Tabare in the area. So,
Okay.
some shady dealings, perhaps alleged shady dealings, not as shady as Dracula not having shoes at Dark Universe.
Oh, yeah.
But so that's an interesting thing to note here. Another thing that I would like to point out, and this also reminds me of the Six Flags Qiddiya discourse that we're having, in the obviously Disney opening a park in Abu Dhabi. Another factor to consider here is that Romania is a largely anti-LGBTQ region, according to
Oh, is it really?
Yes, according to a 2023 poll by MosaiQ, 59% of the public are anti-LGBTQ. There have been many public demonstrations and protests,
But it's
pride
not like
events.
illegal or anything like it is in.
It's like a gray area, according to RomaniaTV.net, after a judge on the Romanian edition of the X Factor TV show was fined for criticizing a contestant over his sexuality. Like, this happened on national TV like 10 years ago. So, I mean, the sentiment there is definitely looser. But the ILGA, which is the International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Trans, and Intersex Association of Europe, they score Romania very, very low when it comes to the rest of the European Union. It's ranked towards the bottom, if not last, in terms of LGBTQ rights and legal protections. It
Get
scores,
out.
yeah, it scores in the red for hate crime and hate speech, and this is all according to them. It scores in the red for legal gender recognition, asylum, and slightly better, but still bad, for equality and non-discrimination legislation. So
I didn't even cross my mind because it's Europe
yeah.
that it would that would even be considered. I'm floored, especially considering. Look at Dracula. Come on.
Universal picked up on that real quick, and Romania, it's time to clock the T, Romania. It's time to clock the T.
Speed her out there, you guys.
You know what? Only Dracula can turn around this region's laws. So we're counting on you, Dracula, and your little foot fetish.
Because, Dracula does not discriminate against gender where who's biting. Just saying.
Blood is blood.
Blood is blood.
But, I do want to wrap this up with, talking about, clearly, as you mentioned before, Demi, I mean, this is amplified by the popularity of Dark Universe at Epic Universe and the just, in general, spooky fixation on horror things all year round. It's obviously an increasing thing. But
great. That benefits me.
It definitely does, and it benefits me as well, and the pod. But I just think that it's interesting to see a lot of like this isn't just a tiny event. Like this is a billion-dollar venture that is leaning into
Yeah.
this. And uh,
$1 billion. And it was, just so everyone understands, uh, 780,000 square meters.
yeah, it's insane. It looks like a very big thing. And if they execute it properly, and if it does get off the ground, if they get the investors, like projects like this tend to not actually ever really come to fruition, but this one does seem like it has some pretty big backing so far, and at least some interest once they get their AI figured out and alleged corruption at the local level in Romania. It does have a lot of promise, but I think tying it back to Epic Universe and Dark Universe and that popularity, uh, we consistently see people praising Dark Universe, or I'm sorry, Monsters Unchained as
Yeah.
one of the best rides, if not the best ride at Epic Universe. And we know that a lot of expansion work is already underway at Epic Universe. The first rumored expansion is a 150,000 square foot building coming to the Harry Potter section,
Yep.
and then an alleged event space. I don't know why I said alleged as if it's a criminal thing. A reported event space coming to the left of the entrance. But Universal has done some teasing with Epic Universe. If you look at the photos, the aerial photos from BioReconstruct, the iconic BioReconstruct, you can see that Universal has stealthily placed. Remember the old Monsters Cafe that they closed?
Yeah.
They have placed 3 statues of monsters in the alleged expansion pad behind the Burning Blade Tavern where the rumored creature ride is. And now I have not seen anybody talk about this, but I am clocking
No.
this.
The statues that were atop of the original Monsters Cafe?
Correct. But no, people have been talking about the statues there. Now, what I am about to talk about, I haven't really seen anybody talk about, but the 3 statues that are there are Frankenstein's monster, Wolfie, and Creature. However, Creature is the only one that is turned upside down. So Frankenstein and Wolfie are right side up, and then Creature is on the edge upside down. And
why is he upside down?
Well, because in my estimation, I'm thinking we already have Monsters Unchained about Frankenstein, Curse of the Werewolf with Wolfie, and Creature is the 3rd attraction that is planned there, and he's upside down. So it's a little tease at like Gilman. So it's like he is coming, but he's not right side up with the others yet, because the others are currently standing in the section.
That.
So that's my theory. And I did do a little digging back in earlier this year, and I asked some of the team members that were working at the Burning Blade Tavern for some lore on Gilman, and they were saying I have a whole video about it on Instagram, and there's there's different Gilmen all around apparently in the marshes outside of the Burning Blade Tavern, and there's some even their remnants are hanging up on the wall in there. So they are definitely teasing this, and I think that if I had to guess, I think that's pretty much a locked done deal, and they're just teasing it right now because obviously Potter's getting the first ride expansion, but then I think it is going to come here. So,
which, come on,
honestly,
give it to us first. Give it to the spookies.
Please give it to us, please.
Is the Wolfman so? I've never noticed or saw any of this that they're behind. Is the Wolfman still holding a pizza?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that. But you know what? Let's zoom. Everybody zoom and sound off in the comments if you can spot pizza in Wolfie's hand. Because
he used to hold one on top of Monsters, and then and Gilman would hold it was like a bowl of shrimp.
Well, I mean, that does make sense. If Gilman is holding little shrimps, which, by the way, maybe that should be our poll question this week. Are shrimp bugs? Because as Trixie Mattel recently posted on Twitter, it is something that I have long said is that shrimp are bugs. And because if
they're
you saw
bugs of the sea.
Yeah. And I don't understand why people eat them.
So is lobsters. They're like the cockroach. Yeah.
Do I eat lobster or shrimp? I don't think so.
I'm not supposed to, but I do.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's so good.
You know what? Because if a shrimp, let me pose you this. If you were laying in bed at midnight, and you saw a shrimp crawling on your wall, would your instinct be to put it in a pot and eat it or smash it?
No, of course not. But it doesn't do that. So until it does, I will.
Tell that to SpongeBob, who's probably sitting on his little chair, and then he sees a little shrimp.
I feel like I've seen SpongeBob eat shrimp in some episode of SpongeBob or something.
These are lies and fallacies and allegations.
I'm gonna have to, honestly, I have this, I'm not even joking, because I'm still am. I love SpongeBob, but I watch that almost every day of my life, and there is an image in my brain of like little. I don't know now. Maybe I'm wrong. I
Well,
don't know if maybe they weren't shrimp, but I have to look this up now. This is gonna
what
bother
I
me.
what I do know to be true, Demi,
What?
is that you forced me to eat my friend last
No, I
week.
did not force you to
Yes, you
eat.
did.
Uh-uh.
You forced me to eat my friend because
I ate
octopus. Let me just,
octopus ceviche,
dear
and
listeners, dear listeners, let me, your honor. This
okay,
is, I'm introducing my case
okay.
against Demi L. Hijinks.
L,
And I don't know, L just sounds like a good middle name for everybody. I say L for anything. I just think this is the off the cuff episode, Demi.
not
Um,
L.
I know. I just said L because it rolled off the tongue. So we were at a restaurant in New York because I was visiting New York, and
And he made me go to dinner at 8:30 p.m.
yeah, everybody was complaining about this. I was like, the
because
night is young, Mama.
we're old. We
And
don't want to eat dinner at 8:30
I had
p.m.
just come off of being on camera with 14 people for 2 hours. I was I was the one who was busting myself in that work day, and show up to dinner. I'm so excited, and then at the end of the dinner, Demi terrorized me with perhaps the
No,
worst
false,
experience of my life.
false,
Because as everybody well knows,
false.
octopi are my favorite animal on the face of this planet, and I think they're so cute and cuddly and sweet and smart, and I want one so bad. And then I looked over at Demi's dish, and Demi was like, if you don't eat this, I'm
That's not.
quitting the pod.
Oh my gosh,
And I
this
was
I'm
like,
gonna sue you
and I was
for
like, harassment. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll eat it. And then I
lies.
ate it. And then she failed to tell me there was also cucumber in it, which cucumber is one of my least favorite foods on the face of this earth. So not only did she make me eat my friend,
No,
but she also made me eat cucumber. And then she laughed
these
and then
are all
stabbed the fork
lies.
into my hand.
I mean, I can't even believe that you decided to create an entire made up story when I was sitting there minding my own business, eating my lobster ceviche, and you're like, "Can I try it?" And so I give you a
I mean,
scoop of the
octopus.
lobster. Oh,
How,
yeah. I'm sorry,
how
octopus.
Demi doesn't have the facts. Who are you going to believe, America?
Octopus, because I was thinking when we were talking about shrimp and lobster before, I had octopus ceviche at a Mexican restaurant. I'm sitting there, I'm enjoying it, and all of a sudden he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's octopus ceviche." And he's like, "Oh, that's my favorite animal. How dare you? Can I try it? Can I try my favorite animal that I want to have as a pet?"
Hmm.
And then I gave him a whole scoop of it because it's all chopped up, mixed in the ceviche. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, cucumber." I'm like, "Wait, are you allergic to cucumber?" Like, I was freaking out. Like, actually, I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." He's like, "No, I hate cucumber." I'm like, "I'm going to kill you."
Oh, it was so
And
funny.
so then I give him one tiny piece without anything on it. And he goes, "Oh, that's actually pretty
It
good."
was so good. It was so good. And then Demi was like, you got to try Greek octopus. So
Yeah.
that's my next mission is to
Yes,
try
you
Greek
do.
octopus. And hopefully, you know what? We'll bid adieu to the Dracula episode by saying maybe that'll be on the menu somewhere. I don't know if they eat octopi in Transylvania, the river octopus of Romania, the great river octopus of Romania.
Well,
Demi,
wait. Do you
yes.
think, hypothetically, we would visit this together?
If
And now knowing about the country a little more.
if it opens, like I would not feel. I mean, obviously, I don't think that the concerns are as grave as a place like where Six Flags Qiddiya is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that this park is attainable for a lot of our audience and a lot of our viewers. I mean, we're not obviously like don't hold it like we're not sitting here saying like
Right.
absolutely you should go like go at your own risk. I mean, we're not trying to tell anybody what to do.
Right.
But yeah, I think this park is probably a more attainable, more realistic to travel to. But I
Wait,
think
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt
yeah.
because I just noticed something on the concept art.
What?
Okay, because I was so zoomed in, but if you zoom out totally on the picture and you go to the bottom right,
Yeah.
which looks like supposed to be like maybe a hotel, it looks like All-Star Sports and movies. It's literally the same shape
Oh
of the
my
building with
God.
giant cutouts on the front of it. I'm
With
sorry. This is
Dracula.
This is crazy. Like I think you can see the Wolfman.
Wait, the one Dracula even looks like wait a minute. The one Dracula on the right even looks like the one from Dark Universe.
It has like a roundabout entrance for cars, and it has like the Y-shaped buildings, like the motel style Y-shaped buildings that are at the All-Stars.
Yeah,
and with the giant cutouts on the side of the buildings. What the heck?
God.
How did we miss this?
With the Matterhorn above it.
Oh
and
my
this is
God.
just, you know what? This is a liminal space park, and it's just, but yeah, no, I think that it's, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. But
yeah, we'll see if it even actually happens.
That's the thing, is that there seems to be a growing trend of like really wild theme park and amusement industry proposals that then end up never actually happening. But in this one, seems like it could be going down that route. But it's fun to speculate, and it's super fun to talk about, because obviously we just have been so obsessed with Dark Universe this year. So I just think that this could be a really fun thing to do for us in the future if it ever actually happens. I would be so down to go. So, I mean, thanks everybody for listening to our Nora Jones. You can go back and perform on stage now. We're done. But we got, wait, Demi, do you hear they're snapping for us in this Romanian coffee shop? They're snapping for us.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Peace
We
and love.
we might be back soon to ride this Wolfie coaster, which looks really, really fun. But everybody, stay tuned next week for our season 1 finale. I can't believe we're at the end of our season 1 finale. What an accomplished and great and lovely year we have had. But happy holidays to everyone. Please make sure you're following us. Happy Hallow Days. And please make sure you're following us at Park Peeps Pod. Make sure you're following Demi, HIJINX, not Miss, for the next, well, actually, I can still say it. We got a week left.
No more.
No more. Okay, no more. And then follow me at Joey Nolfi, as Demi once said. That still cracks me up, spelled Nolfi. And then Park Peeps Substack, parkpeepspodcast.substack.com for extra tea. And
bonus content every
content.
Yeah,
every
that
week.
Substack's like really good. You guys, you should like Joey does a great job on that.
Cranking it out. Thank you. All right. Well, time to cover those feet back up, because Dracula has left the building. Also, wait, we didn't even talk about our one commenter who pointed out that Dracula's shoes are actually in the gift shop at Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, keep out. Dracula's shoes are in the exit of Monsters Unchained. What a way to step out of this conversation.
For sure.
With the grippers. All right, everybody. See you next week. Happy
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We'll see you next week for our season 1 finale, wrapping up our favorite theme park developments of 2025 with 2 very special beloved guests, who also, one of them has a very special tie to our own Dracula lore. But we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.